I am Mark Levine. Many of you know me. I know many of you. I don't know some of you. And if I don't know you, I'd like to get to know you. So please come chat with me about anything. I've been to many of your doors. If I've missed you, again, let's talk. Fantastic, Matt. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mount Vernon Democrats, for having us here, for recognizing Grosvenor and Bellevue, for recognizing they're absolutely part of the district. I am committed. This is not an Alexandria district. It's a district that is Alexandria, Arlington, and absolutely Fairfax County, and I'm committed to representing you as all the constituents. Many of you know how I got involved in politics to begin with, how I wrote my first law. It came out of a family tragedy. It was not something that I ever expected to do. Many of you know that 20 years ago, my sister was murdered by her husband. And we were in a maelstrom of hurt and pain and bad laws. There was a law in Tennessee where my sister was killed that said that spousal abuse is not child abuse. And that kept my parents and me from having access to my sister's children, my niece and nephew, who were 2 and 6 years old. It's a long story. My sister's husband ran to Mexico, took the kids with us. I went door to door, legislator to legislator, Democrat to Republican, to get a new law passed. To say that spousal abuse is child abuse. To say that if you kill your wife, you're not a good dad. Seems obvious, but sometimes there's a lot of bad laws out there that are just there. They're archaic, they need changing. And that experience was very worthwhile in the sense that I got a unanimous vote, and it was signed into law by a Republican governor, and now I've been able to help thousands of women there. In fact, I was just in Richmond in February with a similar law in Virginia. It was introduced by Adam Abbott because I believe very strongly in protecting victims of domestic violence. Many of you know I used to work for Congressman Barney Frank. I was his legislative counsel on the Hill. I was the tip of his spear, as it were, in the sense of I wrote all his laws, I negotiated with Republicans, I got amendments through, I worked with the committee, I helped to stop some really bad laws from happening. You are going to have a difficult choice. You've got to choose among 5 very good people on this stage. And sometimes you have to figure out what's the difference between us. The thing I've done for almost 20 years is write laws. I've written them as a citizen activist. I've written them as legislative counsel to Barney Frank. I wrote DC's marriage equality law. I wrote a law to protect children from abuse. I've been writing laws for almost 20 years. That is the distinction that I bring here that is unique to me. That is what I do best. The other thing I do, many of you know, I go on the radio and television. On television, I fight to help progressives, to help move the ball, to help people vote for progressives. And that's something I certainly commit to do all around the state of Virginia if I'm elected. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you again for having us here.